We don't know how tall your girlfriend is. When we saw her, she was on her knees. I cannot get tired of money, but this money, it will turn people right into greed. I know he's sick on my money, cause every time he cough, he wish that he coughed and sitting in my left, right pocket. Watch this, these niggas broke boys watch.
Gravity with 2 V's, back at it again with a whole other video. So we got a picture of the, video of some crazy stuff that went down. Somebody send it to me, alright? Now if you know, your boy LostGravvity got merch out, so if you want merch, go ahead, hit me in the DM, whatever. LostGravvity with 2 V's on Instagram, or God-Fearing T on Instagram. Either way, I'm going to answer to you, you feel me? So let's get into this video. Thank y'all for 1.6K. We 20 subs away from 1.7K. So let's go ahead, smash the like button, like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, all that stuff. Y'all see the new light we got? Feel me? It's changing colors and all that in the background just so y'all can see my face a little bit better.
Well, I'm not sure.
Let's get to this video though.
Ever been more relevant than in this case? On February 4th, 2015,
what they talking about in this case though?
A tragic incident happened where one teenage male shot and killed another. It is alleged that they were friends for over 10 years.
Damn.
This case made national headlines, not for how the victim
like he
died,
did it,
but because of what the assailant
look at that evil ass snicker in his face. He looked like he did it. I ain't gonna lie.
Did afterwards, taking a smiling selfie in front of his friend who was slumped and bleeding after he had been shot.
This nigga shot him and took a picture with him?
Going through his mind.
Hey man, y'all better watch out for these folks out here on some crazy shit.
Before we start, if you find this video fascinating, then please drop it a like.
Shut up, Bizarre.
Comment below, letting me know what you thought
hard ass
about
content,
the case.
I ain't gonna lie.
It helps the channel, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Thank you. The victim was called Ryan Mangan, who was 16 years of age at the time of the incident. Family and friends say Ryan was well liked, a naturally gifted teen who loved video games, sports and animals. In the summer before his death, he had a job at McDonald's and volunteered at the Red Cross. Before his death in 2015, Ryan had transferred to a local alternative school following a fight for which his mother says he was not responsible. There, Ryan and another teenager named Maxwell Morton grew closer as friends. The two bonded, in part, over the first-person shooter games they both enjoyed. Morton later testified that he and Ryan Mangan had no issues between them, and he was having fun visiting Mangan's home that day in February 2015. Morton said the two were pretending to be rappers and imitating what they do in music videos. When he saw a lump,
please don't tell me they had the sticks out and was pointing them at each other or whatever. Please don't tell me that's what happened in the nigga. Like, damn.
The yellow case, and Mangan pulled out a handgun. Morton testified that Mangan started dancing around with the weapon and then gave it to Morton, who said in court that he thought he cleared the gun of rounds. The teens were playing with the gun when he pointed it at Mangan. Morton said, at first, he pointed the gun to replicate a selfie.
Wait a minute. Is this the same dude with that was it the Red Cross volunteering and all that in like animals and games?
Mangan had taken with the weapon, then to scare him by pulling the trigger of what he thought was an unloaded gun. Mangan was hit by one round under his left eye and slumped over in the chair. Now this is where most people would call the emergency services or look for help, but Morton said, I panicked. I had never seen anything like that before. I never seen someone die like that.
So why I say he took a picture with him if he's saying he panicked and all that? So you clearly weren't panicking when you took a picture with a dead body. But I digress.
I ran out, then ran back in there and saw him lying there. I wanted to tell somebody, but at the time I felt empty and had no regards for life. I had no reason to be. I was going to kill myself. Morton said he pulled out his mobile phone to document what had occurred and took a picture with himself smiling at the camera as Mangan's body lay in the background. Mangan said, "I need to tell somebody. Something in my head told me to take a picture of what happened. I needed to tell somebody."
The devil in your head said take a picture. Yeah, that's who told you, because any sane person, they shoot somebody accidentally, they calling the cops right away. They ain't about to just look for their phone and open the nearest app and smile at what it look. You see this big ass cheese he got on right there? Nah, that nigga, nah.
I wanted to tell somebody outside of Jeanette, to have time to tell people how it feels. I didn't want to take my life and have people waste time and money constantly wondering who did it. Morton bragged about the killing to another teen as they played an online video game.
That's what I'm saying. So, bro, you gonna brag about accidentally shooting your friend in his face, then take a picture with his corpse, and then, alright.
Morton said,
some people out here crazy as hell.
The teen said he thought it was a prank, until Morton texted a link of the news item about the death and sent the selfie via Snapchat. The message was followed with a text that said, "I told you." The teenager said he immediately took a screenshot of the selfie and told his mother, who called police in Pennsylvania. She told the authorities, "You probably won't believe this, but we have a Snapchat of the murder." That led police to Morton's house, where he told them a little about what happened and where the gun was, which was in his bedroom. Morton originally told the police that he and Mangan were playing with the weapon, and he wanted to take a picture looking down the barrel, and he shot Mangan. He had a little smirk on his face and said, "I don't really care either," said Westmoreland County Detective
everything's pointing towards he don't care.
Who interviewed Morton in the presence of his parents after the search and before Morton was arrested. The conversation to which Williams testified was not recorded, and according to his police report, Morton originally said the shooting was an accident. Dr. Cyril Wetch, a forensic pathologist, testified that Mangan could have survived the shooting if he had received medical care.
And he got shot under his eye?
Authorities said Morton posed for a selfie with his dying friend and then fled the house without seeking aid.
So he shot bro, posed for the pic, and then left out the house?
Well, Morton
seemed intentional to me.
Westmoreland County judge that he did not want to be remembered as a savage and conceded that the shooting of 16-year-old Ryan Mangan was messed up. He said, "Sometimes sorry isn't enough for people, but that's all I have to give." Prosecutors had charged Morton with first-degree homicide, contending he intended to shoot Mangan as the teens fooled around with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun Mangan kept in his bedroom. Assistant District Attorney Tom Grace argued that Morton should receive a maximum sentence of up to 40 years. Grace said Morton has 2 prior convictions for assault as a juvenile and another violent incident that occurred after he was jailed for Mangan's shooting. But Grace said it was the selfie the judge should focus on in determining the sentence. He continued, "When I saw this photograph with the victim lying dead and slumped on the chair, and the defendant smiling ear to ear, that speaks volumes about his character."
Yeah.
Defense attorney Pat Thomas.
That just really means he is a fucking psychopath. Like, he has no empathy. He has no regard for human life. So yeah, put his ass in there for 40 years. Maybe he'll do right when he get the hell out. When he about 50.
Argued
60.
at the trial that the shooting was an accident and that neither teen had malice towards one another. Thomasy told the judge that Mangan and his parents were partially at fault for the murder. It was Mangan's gun, one of several he had possession of, and his parents' failure to know about the weapons led to that shooting. I know he's just doing his job,
really blame
but
him,
I
though.
personally think it's incredibly harsh to blame the parents in any way for what happened.
Exactly. It's his fault. He pulled the trigger.
In my
Doing
heart
dumb
of
shit.
hearts, I don't think Max intended to take a life. They were playing a silly game. Max was not familiar with firearms, and he didn't know the gun was loaded when he pointed it at Ryan.
But why have your
Instead,
finger on
they
the
were
trigger?
two friends who were playing around. This was two ding-dongs playing a game. But what he did afterwards, I agree, was stupid, stupid, stupid. Thomasy went on to say, there is a lot of blame to go around in this case. I would know if there were guns in my house, and these parents didn't know. If Maxwell didn't panic and didn't do the stupid things he did and called 911, he probably doesn't even get charged. Morton said in court, I panicked. I wanted to tell somebody, but at the time I felt empty and had no regards for life. I had no reason to be. I wish I could go back in time, and I wish for none of this to happen, but sorry is what I have to give. Judge Megan Billick DeFazio, who sentenced Morton, said the photo and the fact that he didn't call for help clinched his fate. She said, you look like a little boy to me, and now I am faced with sentencing you. The reality is, this case would be very different. It would be a totally different case, but for that photo, but for the fact that you didn't make the phone call. I don't think anyone will ever understand your thought process in taking that photo. I know I won't. While prosecutors brought the maximum possible charge, and Morton's attorney said he was seeking a lesser conviction of involuntary manslaughter, the jury ultimately returned a guilty verdict for third-degree murder. Morton was sentenced to 15 to 30 years in prison. In announcing her ruling, the judge underlined the importance of Morton's actions after the shooting, failing to call for help and taking a photo with the body. She said, I do have a concern about whether or not you value life and whether you respect life, and I hope you do. District Attorney John Peck said Morton's selfie was akin to photographs posted around hunting season of children after they shoot their first deer. He continued, Maxwell Morton was given a second chance. His friend could have lived. Again, he had intent to kill. He didn't lift as...
The part that be getting me is how he got shot under his eye, right? And you would think these be like kill shots damn near, because it's right by the eye. But bro, if he had a chance to live, so he's like gasping for air, you know what I'm saying, taking his last breath damn near, and your friend just like, imagine you just laying there, and your friend just take out his phone like, yeah, like what the fuck? So you know what I'm saying, he went out crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying, my condolences to his family, you know what I'm saying, everybody that's grieving his death, and the killer's locked up, as he should, you know what I'm saying, because that shit right, look, this case right here is one of the weirdest ones I've seen. I ain't never thinking about his thought process to you like, damn, he might be a psychopath. Like, he might really be a fucking psychopath.
Single finger to help. Morton's mother, Honey Morton, said, this is just tragic. These two lives were just destroyed. Ryan Mangan's father, George, said he was shocked by the jury's decision not to convict on first-degree murder.
Exactly.
It was like my son died all over again, a second time. I just feel that this isn't justice for him, but that just shows you the way today's society is, and how screwed up this world is.
It's kind of hard, bro.
Ryan's mother, Rebecca, said she too wanted a first-degree murder conviction, but she says she is satisfied with the outcome. I am thankful the judge realised the audacity of the crime. Ryan's father continued, I have no sympathy for the devil that took my son's life away from me.
So he was a year older than
I hope he burns in hell for eternity. That's all we got time for.
Yeah, so like I said, crazy case right here. With conviction right there, I mean, it's kind of hard to battle the premeditated, you know what I'm saying, for the first degree, because he didn't go in there with intentions of killing him, but he did, and then he did some dumb shit afterwards. He could. The second degree, I definitely agree with, but the third degree was like, hell no. Fuck that shit. Like, nah, he needed to get second degree murder. And he needed to get sent there 45 years, no parole. Like, simple as that. Like, you don't upload or take pictures of shit like that on Snapchat and think you just Billy Badass. You think you Billy Badass sitting there with them killers for 40 years. See how dangerous you are. And yeah, but it's your boy LostGravvity with 2 V's. Thank y'all for checking in for another video. I love y'all to death. 1.6K subscribers, right? Welcome in, grab welcome in. It's your boy. I'm out. See you in the next video. If you're not in the next video, guess what? I'm gonna jump to the screen and I'm like the video for you. Y'all already know how this go. I'll see you.